Welcome to a journey that will debunk some deeply ingrained beliefs about money. Today, we're diving into money myths that keep you poor. We live in a world where money matters, but the understanding of it, the financial literacy, is often neglected. Many of us have grown up with certain beliefs about money that may not necessarily be true or beneficial. These misconceptions, these myths, can act like huge roadblocks on our path to financial growth and prosperity. They can keep us stuck in a cycle of financial frustration where we feel like we're running in place, never really getting ahead. So, it's time to challenge these myths, to question these beliefs that we hold about money and wealth. Are they helping us or are they holding us back? Ready to shatter those myths? Keep watching to uncover the truth about money. Myth number 1, money can't buy happiness. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? This age-old adage is deeply ingrained in our society, often used as a comforting phrase when money is tight, or as a cautionary tale to those who chase wealth. But where did this myth originate? The phrase is thought to have roots in philosophical and religious teachings dating back centuries, with the core message being that true happiness comes from within, not from material possessions. While this is undoubtedly true, it's essential to recognize that money is a tool, not the end goal. Let's take a practical example. Imagine John, a hardworking individual who has always been cautious about chasing high-income opportunities. He firmly believes in the myth that money can't buy happiness, and thus, he tends to settle for less. He doesn't seek promotions or further education that could lead to a higher income, thinking that this pursuit could lead to unhappiness. But is he missing out? Consider this. Money may not directly buy happiness, but it certainly can provide security and freedom, which are fundamental to a comfortable life. If John were to seek a higher income, he could afford a safe home in a good neighborhood, quality education for his children, and even pursue hobbies or experiences that bring him joy. His stress about paying bills or saving for emergencies would decrease, giving him more peace of mind. All these factors contribute to a better quality of life, which can indeed lead to happiness. So while money may not buy happiness, it certainly provides tools for a comfortable life. Moving on to myth number 2, wealth comes from luck, not effort. A dangerous belief, isn't it? This mindset can lead you down a tricky path, discouraging proactive financial habits and fostering a reliance on chance instead of calculated decisions. Let's paint a picture here. Imagine someone named Alex. Alex buys lottery tickets every week, hoping that one day he'll hit the jackpot. He believes that wealth is a game of chance and he's just waiting for his lucky break. Now, there's nothing wrong with playing the lottery for fun, but if it becomes your financial plan, then we have a problem. You see, Alex is missing out on so many opportunities to grow his wealth. Instead of spending his money on lottery tickets, he could be investing that money wisely. He could put it into a high-yield savings account, invest in stocks, real estate, or even start his own business. These are all avenues of generating wealth that rely on strategic planning and effort, not luck. The truth is, the majority of wealthy people didn't get there by winning the lottery or stumbling upon a pot of gold. They got there through years of hard work, making smart investments, and consistently saving money. They understood that wealth is not an overnight phenomenon, but a gradual process that requires patience and discipline. Even if we look at some of the most successful people in history, their wealth did not come from a stroke of luck. People like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, or Oprah Winfrey, they all started from humble beginnings and worked their way up. Their wealth is a product of their effort, not luck. So let's debunk this myth once and for all. Wealth is not a matter of luck, it's a matter of choice. It's about making the right financial decisions, having a clear plan, and sticking to it. It's about understanding that wealth creation is a journey, not a destination. Remember, wealth is more often the result of a lifestyle of hard work, perseverance, planning, and self-discipline. Here's another popular myth. You need money to make money. Let's debunk this. This myth is a big one, and it can be quite discouraging. It can make you feel like you're stuck in a financial rut, unable to break free because you don't have a pile of cash to start with. But let's think about it logically. If you needed money to make money, how would anyone ever climb out of poverty or debt? Consider this. Imagine a young woman named Sarah, fresh out of college with a mountain of student loan debt. She barely has enough to cover her monthly expenses, let alone a large sum to invest. According to the myth, Sarah's financial future looks pretty bleak, right? But Sarah doesn't buy into that myth. Instead, she starts small. She puts aside a tiny portion of her paycheck each month. It's not a lot, but it's something. She invests this modest amount in a low-cost index fund. Over time, her investment grows. The returns aren't huge to begin with, but as the years go by, the magic of compounding starts to kick in. That small amount she started with begins to grow and grow and grow. Before she knows it, Sarah's initial tiny investment has snowballed into a substantial nest egg. And all this without having a lot of money to start with. What Sarah understood, and what this myth fails to acknowledge, is that the journey to wealth is often a marathon, not a sprint. It's not about having a lot of money to invest, it's about starting, no matter how small, and being consistent. The truth is, everyone can start their journey to wealth, regardless of their current financial status. We've busted some major money myths today, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. We've delved into the misconceptions that money can't buy happiness, that wealth is a product of luck rather than diligent effort, and that you need money to make money. These are notions that have held many captive in the chains of financial stagnation. But by challenging these myths head-on, we've begun a journey towards financial freedom. The truth is, money can contribute to happiness when used wisely. It's a tool that can provide comfort, security, and open up opportunities for experiences that can enrich our lives. It's not the sole source of happiness, but it's an enabler. We've also debunked the myth that wealth is all about luck. Sure, luck can play a part, but more often than not, wealth is the result of consistent effort, smart decisions, and strategic planning. It's about the daily choices we make and the habits we cultivate. And as for the notion that you need money to make money, well, we've seen how that's not always the case. There are numerous examples of individuals who have started with little to nothing and managed to build substantial wealth. It's about leveraging resources, knowledge, and opportunities, not just capital. But remember, folks, this is just the beginning. There's an entire universe of financial wisdom waiting to be discovered. The key is to continue learning, questioning, and researching. Don't just take things at face value. Challenge the status quo. Dive deeper into the world of finance and wealth creation. The journey to financial freedom is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It requires patience, endurance, and a willingness to keep learning and growing. So let's keep this momentum going. Let's continue busting money myths and building a solid foundation for financial success. Now here's a question for you. What other money myths have you encountered? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and let's continue this enlightening conversation.